Hi, Virgo. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-January 2023 love reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, the source will be in front of us. It's one I call the Bridging the Gap spread. And the way it works is look at the past, present, and future energies between you and your main love interest. After that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight. That's where the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that away, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Three of Coins. So this is a Capricorn energy here, and usually with the Three of Coins or Three of Pentacles, we see a collaborative effort among a few people, right? But here we see this person alone. She doesn't necessarily look all that happy about it either, right? So I feel like this is saying that you may have wanted to build something with this person, but you might have felt like you were the only one who was on that page, right? You might have felt like they weren't necessarily participating or open to that same growth like you were in the past. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Star card. So usually the Star, well, generally speaking, the Star comes after the Tower in traditional tarot. So they could have gone through a Tower moment, but with the compass in the artwork here and the two shadows, to me this says that after that moment they might have had a bit of a course correction, right? But I feel like this is saying that they might have actually looked to you as inspiration in some way. Whether or not they expressed that to you, I'm not quite sure. I feel like this is saying that they might have actually seen you as a bit of an inspiration, but they were still trying to find their way after what was probably a bit of a dark period for them. All right, present energy on your side, we have love, which is the major arcana card for Gemini, and balance, the major arcana card for Sagittarius. So the equivalent of temperance and the lovers in traditional tarot, but interesting to see these themes of opposites here, right? Because Gemini energies, Sagittarius energies sit opposite each other, but these both look like really harmonious energies. So could just be saying that you might actually reconnect with this person and actually feel the love growing and feel like you guys actually are able to get on the same page, right? Maybe expressing some feelings around the situation and also feeling like that passion's there as well. Let me see what else comes to mind with these two. Could just be saying that the key there could be communication as well as seeing things from a higher perspective, right? Because Gemini energy represents communication, Sagittarius represents seeing things from a higher perspective. We see Venus in the artwork there as well, so that's what I see with that. Okay, and present energy on their side, we have the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands energy in most decks points to a competitive type of energy. And what stands out to me here is we do see the guy has some flowers behind his back, right? It looks like he has someone in mind out of this group of people we see on the card. So I can see this playing out a couple different ways. One could just be saying that you might see this person as someone who gets a lot of attention, right? And if that's the case, I feel like this is saying that even if that's the case, I feel like they do have the goal in mind to be with just one person. Firstly, this could play another way too, which is to say maybe they see you as someone who gets a lot of attention, but they still have their sights set on you. So I could see that going either way. But either way, the theme seems to be consistent as far as someone seems to be getting a lot of attention, has a lot of people around them, but do have that singular focus in mind of a committed connection. All right, and future energy on your side, we have the Three of Cups. So this is Cancer energy here, points to a celebratory energy. Usually to me, I see this as reconnecting with long-standing friends, possibly even siblings, but yeah, definitely looks like a celebratory energy. So, I mean, as we see here, he could just be celebrating with friends, letting them know, like, hey, we finally got this connection off the ground, right? Or whatever the case may be. But definitely looks like positive energy for sure. And future energy on their side. We have a couple cards. We have the Six of Pentacles and also the Three of Cups. Now, to be fair, the Three of Cups energy here, just the artwork alone, gives a much different vibe, right? It almost, quite frankly, looks like someone possibly about to step into a brothel. But with the Six of Pentacles energy here, I feel like this is saying that they really do want to offer their best to the connection. So yeah, that could be the thing. Like I said, this person might have gone through a tower moment. They might get a lot of attention or see you in that way, but I feel like they do have that goal in mind to be in a one-to-one connection. Here with the artwork here, it looks like someone actually painting someone, right? So I feel like they do want to offer their best to the connection, but at the same time, they might still feel that urge from time to time to go back to their old ways. Now, it does stand out to me the way they're stopping at the door before walking through it, right? So it could just be saying that it's not necessarily something to worry about, but at the very least, especially if that's just been a pattern that they've been accustomed to, right, where they've just been single, they've done whatever they wanted when they wanted to. It could just be something that might come back up for them from time to time, but overall, the patterns seem to be pointing to them wanting to have an actual one-to-one connection. All right, bottom of the deck. On your side, we have the Two of Coins. So more Capricorn energy here, and nothing else, given that we see Capricorn energy twice. This could even just be pointing to the Mercury retrograde that we have in Capricorn, which could be saying that that could be what's having you revisit this connection as far as if you want to progress with it or not. But another way I see this playing out too could just be saying that maybe if you're honest with yourself too, you might have felt like, oh, I want to build, this person doesn't seem to want to. But it could just be saying that deep down you might have been on the fence a little bit as well, right? And that energy could have fed off of one another. But what stands out to me here is we see the infinity symbol, right? So it could just be saying that until you do explore it, you might find that you're having a difficult time actually leaving those feelings behind, right? I don't know why I won't focus right now, but yeah, there we go. So we see the one heart looks like it's red, filled in. The other one almost looks like an icy cold type vibe to it. So it could just be saying it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, maybe one day to the next you might feel like, oh, I totally don't think it's worth it, right? This person doesn't want to build with me. Another day you might feel like you do still want to build with them. But I feel like this is saying that if you feel like this is a connection that you just can't seem to shake, then the key might be to at least explore it, right? Till you get that finality and know for sure. All right, and the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a Virgo energy here, and usually that points to someone who's very independent, right? Successful in their own right as well. But what always stands out to me with the artwork in this deck in particular is I look at the person in the corner there, the way that they're looking at that couple, right? And we see almost the beams of light. So to me, this is someone, if you look at their facial expression, it looks like they're a little bit concerned. So to me, this almost represents what this person might have felt, right? Like they just seem to have gotten to that point. Or like I said, maybe they were just very used to being the bachelor or the bachelorette, right? And doing what they wanted, being very independent. But I feel like something shifted for them recently where now they actually realize that, hey, I don't want to miss an opportunity to be in a connection. So that could be where they're at right now. Interestingly enough, beneath that, we see the King of Pentacles too. So maybe this is just someone who's been very career driven, for example, right? So maybe it was always putting their careers first, and now they might get to a point where they realize, hey, maybe with all the volatility with finances in general around the world, right? They might make them realize, hey, these types of things could be taken away from you in a blink of an eye, but a relationship would withstand those kinds of things. So could just be what they've been reevaluating. But yeah, hopefully that resonated. And lastly, we'll move on to your Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Moonlight deck here. They pre-shuffle this deck, and what I'm going to be looking for here is unspoken messages from you to them and from them to you. Initially looking for jumpers, but if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll actually just put the deck down and we'll pull cards that way. So we'll see what comes up. Got one there. And we'll see what we get from them to you. Almost had one there. And got one there. All right, so let's see what we got on your side first. Okay, we have freedom. And it won't focus. There we go. It says I can't be tied down right now. I have too many interests. So interesting there, right? Because I was saying that It looked like in the past you felt like you wanted to build something and you felt like this person wasn't participating. But then what I got from that Two of Coins at the bottom of the deck could have just been saying that deep down you might have been at that same stage in a certain way too, right? But not necessarily viewing it that way. So to me, this could just be an indicator in the past you both might have had very independent streaks, but hopefully that resonated for some of you. And then on their side, we have risk. It says, I'm ready to take a leap of faith and risk it all for you. So yeah, like I said, it just seems like this person might have gone through a tower moment, right, that had them reevaluate things. And like I said, whether they expressed it to you or not, I feel like this is saying that you did serve as an inspiration to them in some way, maybe wanting, and as far as them wanting to offer their best to a connection, right? So they might have gone through a bit of a cycle there. But yeah, like I said, it does look like they do want to move the connection forward. Like I said, with that Three of Cups, with this deck in particular, it does look like, okay, maybe they might feel a pull every now and again to go back to their old patterns, but I feel like for the most of you, for the majority of you, rather, they will actually overcome those things. So, lastly, we'll see what we get from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well, but here I'm looking for a single card with general information to wrap the reading up with. All right, and that doesn't want to go back in the deck, so let's see what you got. Okay, we have All That Glitters. There's the artwork, and the number is 16. So yeah, before I even read the message, to me this is another indicator. Like I said, maybe this is just someone who was very career driven, right? So that might have been their primary goal. And to be fair, that could have been you as well, right? This Three of Pentacles here could just be saying that you might have put a heavy focus. I mean, if we look at the tower there, it's built with pentacles in it, right? So to be fair, it could have been a two-way street where maybe both of you were very career focused, and now it could be shifting for one or both of you. Well, we'll see what it says in the book. Okay, the relationship message says, sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now's the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine. So yeah, pretty good message there. Hopefully it resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.